Hello, welcome to Brown Dog Gadgets Live. I'm Amanda, the Education Outreach Coordinator here at Brown Dog Gadgets. Behind the camera, I've got Pete.
Here.
Yay. Awesome. Today we are going to be building our pie. Pie Day is coming up. However, before we jump into that, if you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and YouTube. Also, the template that we're using today, as well as all of our other project templates, are free on browndoggadgets.com, so you can find those there. And if you have any questions while we're building, any comments, please feel free to throw those in the chat. Otherwise, if you have any questions afterwards, you can email us at help@browndoggadgets.com.
Oh, not that one.
There's a lot going on there, Pete.
There's a lot of buttons to press.
One more big plug, if you have not heard about it yet, we are part of something called a Pathfinders Summer Institute. Pathfinders is a 40-hour professional development Zoom training where we go through a bunch of different projects with you, specifically jumping into circuitry, microbit, and robotics. And we actually will send you a big old box of materials. It's about $500 value that we send to you for free. All you have to do is be a public or charter educator or librarian in the United States, K through 12. Ours is technically 4th through 12th. And then you apply at that website down below, p2url.com/pathfinders.
//
I see. Told you I was going to do it again. And you can apply on there. You'll see that this is, let's see, there we go. Got the right hand.
Yeah.
This is what our session looks like. And if you can't find it, you'll notice right on this side, I couldn't get my arm back around it. There is that little blue half circle with the triangle in it. You'll need to click that to kind of scroll over in the carousel to find our session. We would love for you to join us. We are filling up pretty quickly, so I would definitely suggest getting your application in sooner than later. Awesome. We're going to make the pie today. Let's flip to that overhead camera. So it is a pie with pie on it for Pie Day, and we wouldn't be Brown Dog Gadgets if we didn't make it vibrate. There we go. All right. This is a very simple template. All you have to do is cut out around the pie with the little tabs and this gray strip. It has the actual diagram for the template on the back. So I've done that already. I know. Now we're going to check out the back. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut a slit right here where this black line is. I'm going to make sure that it's a little bit wider than that black line too. That's where we're going to be able to turn our project on and off and add the little fork switch.
Yeah, fork switch, yeah.
So we're going to dig into the pie and make it vibrate. It is better to have that a little bit wider than too narrow. If it's too narrow, the chances of you having your circuit touch all the time or connect all the time is a little bit higher. It's easier to just add more tape to the little switch and make it thicker to bridge that gap. All right. Now we are going to use our maker tape to build our circuit. Maker tape is a nylon conductive tape. It is the far superior cousin to copper foil tape. It is Z-axis conductive, so you can overlap two pieces. It's really strong, so you can't tear it. And even if it did tear, you can overlap two pieces, so it wouldn't affect it. It's just great stuff. So if I hold it about 1 centimeter away from the top and use the pad of my finger and pull down towards me, I'll pull it off of the backing. Pete, I have a good story for you. So my oldest son is making a robot at school, cardboard in art.
Love it.
But then he decided he was like, well, Mom, can you bring me some LEDs so I can make its eyes light up?
Yeah.
You know, when you see your mom do so many projects, it's time. Said, sure. So I brought him like a strip of maker tape. Yeah. I was like, but buddy, I'm not going to be there when you're building the circuit, so I kind of need to know that you know how to do this.
Did you just give him a link to one of the videos?
No.
Oh.
I was like, see if you can do
Showed
it.
him.
And I'll see how you do.
Okay.
Because I think he's seen me do a couple things.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how are you going to get the tape off? And he literally just, bam. I was like, who are you?
It was just a few years ago. I was hacking at it with scissors or an X-Acto knife to get at it. And
It was very funny. I was like, wow, that was impressive. Nice work.
I bet your eyes lit up when you saw him do that.
They did. All right, so I'm going to put the tape into the slit and push a little bit onto the front. So you'll see that there's a little bit on the front side. Then I'm going to pull this strip back to help keep that gap going. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with another piece of maker tape. And then I was talking to the art teacher because we have a lot of scraps here at Brown Dog Gadgets. And I don't want to just like throw them away, like wood scraps or paper scraps. And so she loves them all. The art teacher wants all the scraps. And I guess when they were building their robots yesterday, my son goes up to her and he goes, "Can I use some of those things that my mom gives you, like the wood and where's the stuff my mom gives you?"
Totally.
It's like, wow.
It's called scrap.
She thought it was funny, so that's great.
It's pretty good.
All right, we'll add a few more paths of tape before we add our motor on and our battery. Now, to hold the battery in place, I am going to use about 1 inch of maker tape. I wouldn't go more than that. And I'm going to roll it up and make a sticky side out tape loop, just like you would on the back of a poster. I'm going to put it right on top of that pathway that I just built. And we'll put that battery right on top. And that will hold it in place. Mm-hmm. Now, I do find it helpful to lay a tape path underneath the motor wires and then a tape path over them. So I'm going to actually put these paths down before adding my motor.
You're putting a sandwich on the pie?
I am putting a sandwich, two sandwiches.
Wow, yeah.
2 sandwiches underneath the pie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. All right, so now I need my motor. Now, technically, the wires, the direction of the colors of the wires is different than the picture. It does not necessarily matter because the only thing that changes when you change the polarity of these motors is the direction that it spins, and with this one you can't tell the direction anyway.
It's all internal.
So just because I have the red going to the blue and the blue going to the red, in this case, does not matter. Now I'm going to run my nail along the sides of that wire just to make sure I've got a really good connection. And we'll do the same for this wire here. Now, right now it is not working because there's a gap in the circuit. It is an open circuit. So if I put the fork in there, I'm going to test it out. It does work. My gap is a little big too for this fork, so we'll have to add a little bit of tape to that. But now we're going to put it together before we add our switch. So I'm going to bend these little tabs down. And I'm also going to take something round, a pen, a marker, something like that, and roll this pie plate up. Just to give it a nice rounded bend before I try to roll it around.
Little curl.
A curl. Before I try to make it match the edge of the pie. If you're watching and you have plans for Pie Day, I know sometimes kids get to pie teachers, or
Ooh.
there are a lot of times there will be 4th grade classes that work on memorizing a certain number of digits of pi. At my old school, we would, if you could memorize up to, I think it was like 10 digits of pi, then you would get to pie the teacher.
Wow.
Or the principal. It's a fun little incentive.
Yeah, okay.
Why not, right?
I can think of a lot of reasons.
Can you?
Yeah.
This is why you weren't in an elementary school.
I was going to say adults, but they were college kids, so.
I mean, technically adults.
Yeah, some of them.
While they may not always act like it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use a little bit of tape to tape the pan onto that tab. There we go.
Good.
We've got 2 more. And as you can see, it doesn't need to be perfect. Oops, flicking things around here.
Why not?
Did you know that the pie could fly?
No, but I
It
have
just did.
some comments about the pie when it's done.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So our circuitry is on the inside. It's got the pie symbol on the outside. And it looks like a delicious, I'm going to call it a blueberry pie.
No.
No?
I think it looks like an apple pie.
Ooh. Okay.
Uh-oh. Wait, we have a...
It better not just be Josh.
No.
Is it someone else?
Look,
Yay!
See if I can get this down there. Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
That's when you have to, like, celebrate Pie Day a different day.
I like the all-circle menu. I hope there's pizza in that list as well.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I would
right?
I really could go for some pancakes right now. That sounds great.
I make pancakes like at least once or twice a week.
But not in the office.
Do you want me to do that?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, I could do that.
I would love that.
All right, we'll do it.
And then I thought I cut this out ahead of time. It probably fell on the floor somewhere, and Chips the dog ate it. So you just cut out this little switch right here. It's meant to look like a fork, or you can literally just cut a rectangle. And then we're going to line part of it with some maker tape.
See, I thought it looked like an apple pie because you could use an Apple computer to calculate pie.
I like it.
I have more, but I'll wait till you get it working.
And then, like I said, my gap that I built in this circuit is a little too wide. Is better. I said earlier, it's better for it to be a little too wide than a little too narrow.
Just add more tape.
All I'm going to do is add
more tape.
To my switch until it can like sit in there comfortably. Now it's still not quite there, so I'll add another piece. I really did make my gap pretty wide today.
And then I thought, well, maybe it's a blackberry pie, and if you could find an old blackberry that still runs, you could maybe see if it has a calculator and see if it can calculate pie.
There we go. Nope, I need another piece. I really went wide on that slit.
Yeah, pizza's good.
Pizza.
Oh, okay, Lisa stole it. My joke was, yes. So next, if it was a raspberry pie, you could use a Raspberry Pi computer to calculate pie.
I love it, Lisa. I'm giving you credit and not Pete.
Me.
Pete doesn't get credit. He didn't say it first. You said it first.
I think I'm going to do a version that is just a little Raspberry Pi, the actual board.
There you go.
In a round pie pan, and then that can be our new pie day.
Why would it be a brown pie pan?
Pie. No, round.
Oh, I thought you said a brown pie pan. I was like, I don't
because
have
the
a
Raspberry
brown.
Pi is sort of rectangular.
There we go.
A loud one.
That is a very loud one.
Incredibly loud.
And they go differently. I like this one. It spins in a circle for me instead. But I need this one. It's too thick. Yeah. Perfect.
All right, pie day.
That is our pie.
There we go.
Yay. I'm
Thanks
sorry
to Lisa.
that you Canadians sometimes are on break during Pie Day. However, I feel like that's probably the case for quite a few educators in the United States as well. I've been emailing back and forth with educators, and some are on spring break right now. Some are going next week. So that's so sad that you can't pie the educators on Pi Day after having students recite 10 or more digits of pi.
When is your spring break?
Wauwatosa starts the 24th.
Fourth? Okay.
Yeah.
This coincides with Whitewater. Well, University.
Yeah, the school I was at was always a little bit later as well. Usually it was closer to Easter.
Okay.
So it was a late one.
Cool.
So that is our pie. If you wanted to build this, you can absolutely do that with our Origami Circuits Kit. So it's got the motors, the tape, as well as the batteries in here. And it'll have everything you need. You can print off the template online. Ooh, I love it. Totally need to do the pie, Lisa. I love it. Yay.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys so much for chatting with us today, too.
Right,
I really
right.
appreciate it. We love hearing from you instead of me just talking to Pete and myself.
I mean, I like hearing you too.
Yeah, but I like talking with other people, too.
Totally.
Yeah. Also, just a reminder, if you want the templates for this, you can find them on browndoggadgets.com. I would highly suggest printing them off on heavier cardstock just to make sure it stands up to the circuitry, because it does need to be able to kind of stand on that edge as well to vibrate around. If you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and YouTube. Also, if you have any questions after this, you can email us at help@browndoggadgets.com. And lastly, if you have not heard of Pathfinders or have not signed up for it, it is a great opportunity for educators in the United States. You do need to be a public or charter school educator or librarian in the United States, and you can sign up for Pathfinders. It is a 40-hour virtual professional development. And for ours, Robotics with Lego and Microbit, we actually send you a large kit that has a ton of stuff in it with a value of over $500. We sit on Zoom, we build together and troubleshoot, and you get to learn how to use a lot of the stuff that we have here at Brown Dog Gadgets in the classroom. So that is free for educators in the United States. Sorry, Lisa. Wish you could include you. I know. But please check that out. If you are interested, you can sign up at p2url.com/Pathfinders.
All right.
Got it that time. Tomorrow we are going to be doing the Troll Robot Buddy. And Thursday we will have our next installment of Microbit University, where we are starting to use a button.
You got it.
Fancy.
Yep.
Awesome. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks
All right.
for joining us,
Cool.
and we hope to see you next time.
All right.
Have a good night.